So we need to put in new measures in place for everyone. These are revisions to the orders that are in place now and will be in place starting on midnight on Sunday, so we'll start on Monday morning and extend through to January 31st, 2022. These amendments are about ensuring everyone is staying small, staying with the people they know, and with people who are vaccinated. Firstly, the events and gatherings order will be amended so to include all indoor personal gatherings, including at rentals, vacation properties, resorts, are limited to your household or the residents, plus no more than 10 additional individuals, or one other household. And this is if everybody is vaccinated. If you are unvaccinated or have members of your family who are unvaccinated, we cannot have personal gatherings in those settings right now. For events, on our BC vaccine card, proof of vaccine with the BC vaccine card is required no matter the size of events. It no longer starts with events including 50 or more people, which has been the case for the last few months. In addition, we need to step up our scanning of the QR code. We know that that is the best way to ensure that these are valid QR codes, and they must be checked at all events. Venues with a capacity of 1,000 or more people will be limited to 50% capacity, whether that's a concert, a hockey game, theater. If the capacity is more than 1,000, then we are reducing that by 50% capacity. And that's to ensure that we have additional space for people. These are events that have been managed very well, and we're not seeing a lot of transmission. But with this highly transmissible variant, we need to have more space, more ventilation, and we need to ensure that we are enforcing the mask wearing requirements that are in place for these events and ensuring that we're scanning QR codes for these events. All sports tournaments that are both for youth and adults are suspended for the period of this order. We have seen that when you have tournaments, which is teams coming from many different places, coming together over a period of days, those are events where we can see spread of this virus and then taking it back to different communities. I know there are a number of tournaments, particularly hockey tournaments around the province, that were due to start on Boxing Day. Those will need to be suspended and postponed for the period of time of this order. Teams can continue to have games and to travel for games, but only when you're playing one-on-one in a limited time frame. Finally, under the events and gatherings, all New Year's Eve parties will be suspended, no matter their size. We can still have restaurants can continue to operate at full capacity and can have New Year's Eve meals, but we also have some amendments to the food and liquor service premises order that will come into place on Monday as well. So restaurants can continue to operate at full capacity, but guests must remain at their table and masks must be worn when not seated. So this goes back to what took us through the last few waves of this virus, of this pandemic, where you go with your group of people to the restaurant, you stay at the table together, there's no mingling and standing and mixing of tables, and this will apply for New Year's Eve as well. Restaurants can have that special New Year's Eve dinner, and we are not putting any restrictions on serving of alcohol or hours of operation, but there can be no mixing of guests for receptions, for parties, and the ban on things like dancing and other higher risk indoor activities remains in place. And finally, retail stores will be stepping up, and we're asking you to put in place COVID safety plans for holiday and Boxing Day sales. We do encourage people to shop locally and to support your local businesses, and we want to make sure that that can be done safely during this period of increased risk of transmission. What we want to do right now is limit those holiday gatherings to be only with our family and close friends. And I know how important it is for us to spend time with people. We have been through a lot in this province, and we need to be with family and friends over this period of time. Excuse me. And for those of us who woke up this morning to the earthquake at 4:14, as I did, sometimes it can be challenging to think, are we going to make it through this year? We are. We know what we need to do, and we've been here before. We know we can slow the spread. We know there are many things that we can still do to support each other and to get through this. We can still host a holiday meal, but ensure everybody is fully vaccinated so that you can do that in the safest way possible. We can still socialize and spend time with others, but do it in a way that doesn't increase risk. So if you have friends or family members who are unvaccinated, have one-on-one meetings with them or gatherings with them, or do it outside, go for a walk. By doing this now, we'll be able to keep other important aspects of our community going, and with these orders in place, we know that it supports our schools coming back, post-secondary institutions remaining open, and of course supporting as much as we can our businesses and communities functioning. We will be closely monitoring, of course, the situation, and we'll make changes as we need to. That is something we've had to do. When we have plans and we look at the situation that we're dealing with on a day-by-day basis, and we need to adjust and change when the situation changes. And this new variant has put us in that situation again. I recognize that this unrelenting uncertainty and this evolving situation is very unsettling for many people, and it can cause a lot of anxiety, depression, and discouragement. I want to say that we can get through this, and it is so important right now that we continue to support and care for each other. The days are dark right now, but soon the winter solstice will be coming, and the days will get longer once again, and we'll be turning ever so slowly back towards the light. Let's take encouragement from this. If you are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or unable to cope, we have resources to support you, and I talked about this a few weeks ago. I encourage people to call 811, visit Bounce Back BC. The Kids Help phone line is toll-free 24-hour phone counseling. And you can call 1-800-668-6868 if you need that support.